plague of intolerance, discrimination, and violence against individuals and communities because of their religious beliefs. We are also pleased to note the progressive development of human rights norms. Alongside these positives, we note with concern the unabated politicization of the Council's work and the ensuing polarization and selectivity in approaches. This has shrunk space for productive dialogue and constructive engagement. It has led to creation of a hierarchy among human rights. Regrettably, many situations of concern remain a blind spot. We are also disappointed over efforts to promote controversial notions and concepts which are oblivious to the social, cultural, and religious sensitivities of states. The global surge in violence, stigmatization, and discrimination against Muslims and Islam remains a matter of grave concern. We reiterate our call for concrete actions to address the drivers of these troubling developments and hold the perpetrators to account. Finally, on its part, the OIC reaffirms its strong support to the Council's mandate and will remain a steady partner in advancing the cause of peace, human rights, and development. I thank you.
Thank you. Tiene la palabra
I call
Bahamas en
on
nombre de CARICOM.
Bahamas on behalf of CARICOM.
I have the honor to deliver the statement on behalf of CARICOM member states represented in Geneva. Mr. President, it has been 16 years since this Council convened its first session at a time when hope and optimism were high for the potential of the Council to contribute to the promotion and protection of human rights at the global level. It is therefore an opportune moment to mark the significant achievements of the Council since that time and to point to areas in which there is room for improvement. As one of the Council's crowning achievements, the Universal Periodic Review continues to represent an important barometer for the state of human rights in all UN member states, and we look forward to the start of its fourth cycle later this year. Continued efforts toward implementation and promoting synergies with the Sustainable Development Goals will be key in ensuring its continued success. Another important success story of the Council is the establishment of the LDCs and SIDS Trust Fund, which has helped to create an increasingly diverse Council, both in membership and in participation in its work. This has resulted in important issues such as climate change being brought to the fore. Mr. President, despite its many achievements, the Council is operating against a mounting tide of complex global, economic, social, and environmental challenges. Yet it has shown remarkable adaptability, including in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic. Since its establishment, the Council has adopted over 1,300 resolutions. Therefore, implementation and results on the ground must be of utmost priority. The UN Human Rights Pillar is indispensable, and we must ensure that it is equipped with adequate resources and that these resources are harnessed to bring about meaningful change for those whose hope lies in the work we do. The world is looking to the Council for results. Our group pledges its full support as the Council seeks to rise to the occasion. I thank you.
Thank you. Y ahora le damos la
I now
palabra
call on
a International Lesbian and
the
Gay
International
Association.
Lesbian and Gay Association.
Gracias, Presidente. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, and intersex, sexual orientation, gender identity, expression, or sex characteristics. Before the establishment of the Human Rights Council, these words are very rarely spoken out loud in these rooms or found in any United Nations documents. Mr. President, this UN body, through the work of its mechanisms, the constructive dialogue of member states, and the tireless efforts of civil society and human rights defenders, has taken an important step to break the silence and to document and address violations based on SOGIESC. 3,464. This is the number of recommendations addressed in SOGIESC at the Universal Periodic Review during its 3 cycles. Only in 2021, 40 different special procedures mandate holders sent 52 new communications, issued 8 country visit reports, and published 54 thematic reports that addressed LGBTI issues in different degrees, highlighting the role of the Council in mainstreaming SOGIESC. Crucial progress was made in adapting intersectional lens and looking to root causes of stigma and discrimination faced by LGBT women, LGBTI youth, LGBTI persons with disabilities, among others. In 2011, the Council adopted the first ever UN resolution on sexual orientation and gender identity, and in 2016 established the mandate of an independent expert on violence and discrimination on these grounds, a still much needed human rights mechanism that is a beacon of hope for LGBTI persons across the globe. Mr. President, sitting here in this room, one might have a wrongful feeling that we have achieved enough. The living realities of our communities in all regions of the world are still widespread violence and discrimination and many other human rights violations and abuses. We therefore urge this Council and all stakeholders to raise their efforts to protect, promote, and fulfill human rights for all, regardless of their sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, or sex characteristics. Gracias, Presidente.
Gracias. Tiene
Thank
la
you.
palabra
I now
la Unión
call
Europea.
on the European Union.
Mr. President, I would like to express the EU's sincere appreciation to High Commissioner Bachelet for her commitment, her hard work and unwavering efforts over the past years. When this Council first met in 2006, expectations around the world were very high, and with good reason, since we built an entirely new human rights machinery. That first session marked the beginning of a new era in terms of affirming human rights as one of the 3 founding pillars of the UN. 50 sessions later, we're pleased to see that the Human Rights Council has developed into a permanent fixture within the UN that plays a crucial role in furthering human rights for all and fulfills its role with flying colours. That said, work is not done. A number of challenges remain. The continued underfunding of the human rights pillar of the UN is one of them. Ensuring that human rights are mainstreamed into all other areas of UN work also remains a concern. One of the strengths of the Council, its special procedures in the UPR, has to do with its convening power. Over time, an entire community has grown around the Council, consisting of victims of human rights violations and abuses, their family members, human rights defenders, scholars, media workers, national mechanism for reporting and follow-up, and national human rights institutions. And this is where the beating heart of this Council lies. A dynamic, diverse and independent civil society that is able to operate freely is key in securing human rights protection. Sadly, we still struggle to ensure a safe and enabling environment for them to engage with the Council. And that is the question for today. Thank you, President.
Thank you. Je donne la parole
I
à
now
Côte
call
d'Ivoire.
on Côte d'Ivoire.
Je voudrais
Thank you,
avant tout
President.
remercier pour
Please allow me
l'initiative
at
de
the
cet
outset
événement
to
qui
congratulate you
commémore
on
la 50e
this
session du
initiative
Conseil des droits de l'homme.
commemorating the 50th
En effet, 16
session
ans après sa
of
création,
the
il
Human
était
Rights
important de
Council.
marquer une
60 years
pause
since it was
pour souligner les
established,
acquis
it's
et les
important
leçons
for us to
apprises
take
afin d'envisager
stock,
de nouvelles orientations,
see
pour
how much
renforcer
progress
le
was
rôle
made and where we're going
du
from here,
Conseil afin...
and also to strengthen the role of the Council
Oui, je
in
voudrais donc saisir cette occasion pour saluer la bonne coopération qui a
So
toujours
we
existé entre la
must
Côte d'Ivoire
seize
et
this
le mécanisme
opportunity
onusien des
also
droits de l'homme,
to
notamment dans le
highlight the
cadre
excellent
de la
relationship
résolution des
between Côte
crises
d'Ivoire
successives
and all
qu'elle a
HRC
traversées.
mechanisms, particularly
Cette coopération
in the
a été
wake of the
renforcée en
crisis
2003
that we faced.
avec la mission des Nations Unies en Côte d'Ivoire, qui a été par la suite transformée en opération des Nations Unies
mission
avec
to
une
Côte
division des droits
d'Ivoire
de
was
l'homme.
transformed
Elle s'est poursuivie avec
into
les experts indépendants et la commission
mission
d'enquête
there with the
internationale
human rights
mise en place
section.
par le Conseil.
There was also a
Il faut
commission
souligner que
inquiry
la
which
Côte
was
d'Ivoire
set
a
up
toujours
by the
collaboré de
Human
façon
Rights
étroite
Council.
et dans
Côte
l'esprit,
d'Ivoire also
dans un esprit constructif avec
fully
les différents
cooperated
mécanismes
constructively
dans le
with
cadre
the
de
various
l'exécution de leur
mechanisms
mandat. Cette coopération
in the
franche
terms of
et
their
ouverte
mandates.
a
This
valu à la Côte d'Ivoire d'être
sincere
félicitée et citée
and open
comme une école par les Nations Unies.
has
En termes de résultats,
led to
la
Côte
Côte
d'Ivoire
d'Ivoire a
being
aujourd'hui
seen as
renoué avec la
example
paix et la
for
stabilité,
such relationships.
indispensables pour son
Côte
développement
d'Ivoire
et qui
has
lui ont
now
permis de se
regained peace and stability, which is
positionner
vital for its
sur la scène
development.
internationale.
And we are regaining
Sur
our
le plan
position on the
politique,
international
les
forum.
autorités ivoiriennes poursuivent
On the
leurs
political
efforts
front,
dans le
our
cadre du
authorities
renforcement de la
pursue their efforts to
démocratie et
strengthen
de l'état de droit
democracy
en vue de
and the rule of
préserver un
law
climat
in
social
order
et
to
politique apaisé.
ensure
Au niveau économique et social,
social and
le
political
pays a
peace.
renoué également avec la croissance, ce qui permet
On
au
the
gouvernement
economic front,
d'entreprendre des réformes
we
pour une meilleure
have
redistribution des richesses avec la
discovered
mise
the
en
path
place
to
des
economic
programmes
growth,
sectoriels de développement.
and
Pour
the
conclure,
government has
je voudrais
used this
indiquer
in
que le
order
cas de
to
la Côte
establish
d'Ivoire
sectoral
est un bel
development
exemple de
programs.
coopération
So
réussie
Côte
avec le
d'Ivoire is an
Conseil et ses
example of
mécanismes,
successful
ce
cooperation
qui montre que le
with the
Conseil
Council
mérite
and its
toute sa place
mechanisms.
dans le système
This shows
multilatéral
how
en
important
contribuant
the
à la
Council
promotion et la
is in the
protection des droits
multilateral
de
system
l'homme
as it
ainsi qu'à la
contributes
paix
to the
dans le
promotion and
monde.
protection of human rights and peace
Merci,
in the
Monsieur le
world. Thank you very much,
Merci.
President.
Tiene la
Thank you. I
palabra
now
la
call on
delegación de
the
México.
delegation of Mexico.
Señor presidente,
Thank you,
hace
President.
16 años
16
creamos este
years
consejo
ago,
con el
we
objetivo de
created this
fortalecer la
council with
promoción y
the aim of
protección de los
strengthening the
derechos
promotion and
humanos
protection
en
of
todo el
human
mundo.
rights throughout the world.
En este periodo hemos alcanzado
Over the
hitos
past 16
sumamente
years,
relevantes
we
como el
have
reconocimiento del
achieved
derecho a un medio
tangible
ambiente limpio,
progress,
sano
such as
y
recognizing the
sostenible,
right to
la
a
adopción
clean,
de los
healthy and
principios
sustainable
rectores sobre
environment,
empresas y derechos
the
humanos,
adoption of the
la
guiding
creación del
principles
mandato
on
del
business and
experto
human rights, and the
independiente
creation of the
y del
mandate on
relator
the
especial
independent
sobre
expert on
derechos
SOGI
humanos y cambio
and
climático.
the mandate of
De
the
igual
Special
forma,
Rapporteur on
hemos
Human Rights
avanzado en
and
la
Climate
atención de las
Change.
necesidades de
We have
grupos
also paid
específicos
more
como
attention to
mujeres,
the needs of
niñas y
specific
niños,
groups
personas
such
con
as
discapacidad,
children,
personas migrantes
women,
y pueblos indígenas.
persons with disabilities,
Los
migrants,
múltiples procedimientos especiales nos han
amongst
brindado vastas
others.
recomendaciones para atender
The special
temas
rapporteurs have
prioritarios y
provided us with
contamos
many
hoy con espacios que
recommendations for
permiten la
addressing
participación y el
priorities,
diálogo entre
and we now
estados,
have
sociedad
a
civil y
space for
otros actores
dialogue
como el sector
between
privado y la
states,
academia.
the civil
Sin
society,
embargo,
the
a
Human
pesar de
Rights
estos
Council,
logros,
and many
las
other
acciones del
stakeholders.
Consejo
But
no
despite this
se han
progress,
traducido
the
siempre
action
en
of the
una
Council has
atención y
not
prevención
always
efectiva de las
been
violaciones y abusos de
translated
derechos humanos.
into
Hemos sido
attention
testigos de la falta de
to
cooperación con el
violations of
sistema
human
y de
rights.
intentos por
We have
retroceder en
seen
temas
some
importantes
attempts on
como la igualdad de género
backsliding
y
on
la protección de las
certain
personas
issues
defensoras
such as gender
de derechos
equality and the
humanos.
protection of human rights defenders.
Llegar a la 50 sesión implica
So we
un momento
reach
para
now the
reflexionar sobre
50th
los retos
session
que
of the Council,
prevalecen.
so it's time to
A
take
nuestro
stock
país
of the
le preocupa
outstanding challenges.
particularmente la
Mexico is
creciente
particularly
polarización
concerned
y
about the growing
politización que nos
polarization
aleja de los
and
objetivos que dieron
politicization,
origen al Consejo.
which
Ante este
makes it
panorama,
harder for
quisiera
us to
preguntar a los
achieve the
panelistas,
Council's ambitious
¿cuáles
goals. So I'd
consideran
like
que son
to
las áreas clave
ask the
que
panelists, what do you
requieren
think are the key
fortalecerse
areas
para
that
que el Consejo
need to be
cumpla de manera
strengthened so that
efectiva
the
con su
Council can
mandato y para
effectively
evitar una
implement
creciente
its mandate
politización?
and so that we can
Muchas gracias,
avoid
señor presidente.
increasing politicization? Thank you very much, President.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very
Tiene la
much.
palabra la
I now
delegación de
call
China.
on the delegation of China.
主席先生，中方欢迎人权理事会举行此次高级别纪念活动。人权理事会成立16年以来，在促进和保护人权、开展国别人权审议、推动执行2030年可持续发展议程、打击种族主义等方面积极开展工作，为推动国际人权事业发展发挥了重要作用。同时，人权理事会工作仍有不足，表现为政治化和对抗性不断上升，虚假信息甚嚣尘上，在经社文权利和发展权方面投入不足，人权技术援助工作急需加强等。在人权理事会第50届会议之际，各方有必要思考人权理事会成立的初衷是什么，其成立和运行是为了谁的人权，怎样促进和保护人权。我们认为，让各国人民过上幸福生活，应成为国际人权工作的目标。人权理事会因为促进和保护各国人民人权而不懈努力。人权内涵是全面的、丰富的，包括经社文权利和公民政治权利以及发展权。人权理事会应当统筹兼顾各类人权，平衡推进。我们认为人权理事会应做好3件事：一是坚持多边主义，各方应恪守联合国宪章宗旨和原则，弘扬全人类共同价值，通过对话寻求共识，推进国际人权合作，不搞意识形态对立和阵营对抗。二是坚持以人民为中心，同等重视和平衡推进包括发展权在内的各类人权，致力于消除不平 平等，在尊重当事国意愿基础上提供人权技术援助。3是坚持客观公正原则，根据真实客观信息开展工作，尊重各国主权，尊重各国人民自主选择的人权发展